Good evening, Gabriel. So today I want to ask you some questions about the psychology of greed and banking fraud. I will choose a specific part. One of the specific part of this topic is cybercrime, to ask you some question. So first, how did you know cybercrime?
I always know this kind of information from internet because nowadays a lot of news come from the cybercrime, like yes, a lot of it, and there's also a lot of specialists telling the people how to protect their possession safety. So I think that this way are the ways of me to know about the cybercrime.
Okay, so next question is, why does cybercrime happen?
So I think the criminals are using the greedy psychology of people, like they will call the people like they have the tax refund. So people may want the money, so they send back to their bank accounts or their personal information to the criminals. So the crime happens. And the second way, I think there's a lot of leaked information nowadays on the internet. So maybe the criminal just using this simple money or some other ways to get the information so they can use their personal identity to enact the cybercrime.
Okay, that's good. Third, where do the leaked information come from?
So I think the leaked information come from two ways. And first is that nowadays we use the smartphones and there's a lot of application we're using like some social media's application. We need to give them a lot of access like their or location or address or contact, and this kind of information is a large way of the leaked information. And second way I think that is because we are using computer right now really fluently, and computer is all around the world, and I think the illegal merchant could sell or personal information to others, so the criminal could only use the simple money to buy all information from the illegal merchant.
Ah, okay. Next is, when do you realize that information leakage can cause damage?
So when I always get some strange message or some calls from other cities or some stores I never been to, and I think it's kind of, I mean, I feel unsafe about this behavior because I never tell others or go that place to share my information, but they know. So I don't think my personal information really be protected as I expect.
Okay. So final question. So in your opinion, what methods should the government take to punish fraudsters?
So I think the most important message the government should enact is that to enact the new laws, like they need to increase the punishment of the cybercrime, and also to regulate the illegal merchants or control the access we need to give to the social medias. That's all.
That's all. Okay, thank you. Good evening, Abby. Today I will ask you some questions about the psychology of greed and banking fraud. I will choose a specific part of this topic. It's about um, cybercrime. So, first question: how did you know cybercrime?
I think I know cybercrime about 4 or 5 years ago. At that time, people start to use those electronic payment like Alipay or WeChat.
Okay, next question: why does cybercrime happen?
Mm, it is very convenient for us to use this electronic payment, but I think many people know little about how the electronic payment operate. So it is very easily for those crimers to do some bad things.
Okay, good. The third question, where do the leaked information come from?
I think those leaked information comes from many ways. For example, I experience like I received a message or phone calls from other people, but the message said that I win a big prize, or they want they want my credit card number and password to give me this prize. But if we trust this message, our personal information will be leaked by others.
Yes, yes. The next question, when do you realize that information leakage can cause damage?
Firstly, I think we will lose some money because this leaked information. Like just I mentioned, if we give others our credit card number and password. Secondly, I think the more dangerous things is those bad guy will really know who we are and really know our personal information and find us to make our personal safety in danger.
Yes. Final question. So, in your opinion, what measures should the government take to punish fraudsters?
I think in two ways. The first way is we need to get those money back from the fraudsters, and the second is we need to stop the ways that the fraudsters get others' personal information.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Good evening, Lin. Today I will interview you about some questions about my topic is the psychology of greed and banking fraud. So I will choose a specific part of this topic. It's about the cybercrime. First question, how did you know cybercrime?
In my opinion, with the high development of internet, some kinds of cybercrimes is emerge. And there are also the reason that I can know about cybercrime. I often see some cybercrimes is when using my phone, computer, and so on. Of course, CCTV news is another way to know this. That's all.
Okay. The second question, why does cybercrime happen?
Just as what I did above with the high development of internet, some person will have bad ideas and they could earn profit in crime. Also, there are other factors that can drive people to do this like trick. One most significant factor is excellent skills. That I think.
The third question, where do the related information come from?
From where I concerned, there are many ways that we could leak our information in our lives. As a university student, I once met someone who will give you something as a gift if you fill a blank to apply for a card. And what I learned about is that mobile make money by selling customers informations. That's
Okay.
all.
The fourth question, when do you realize that information leakage can cause damage?
As for me, I'm a star chaser and information leakage always happen in our circles. For example, stalking fans. They know actors' personal information earlier and wanted to mix it there for people. People will start to worry about who will be the next victim of this information leakage.
Okay. The final question, what measures should the government take to punish fraudsters?
As first, I think a big problem. They should be shut in a jail. Many fraudsters are afraid to expose themselves. Then strengthen the legislation, improve the law, make sure about the power of the laws, and the government should have chance to arrest fraudsters especially. That's what I think.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.